We're live.
Hello, friends and fellow gamers. I am That Zero, and I am back for episode 29 of the Cap Race podcast. I am joined, of course, by my awesome co-hosts. We have Jawline
What's up, guys?
and DK. How's it going, homie?
Yo, what is going on, guys? Wake the fuck up, Jawline. God damn.
What?
Yeah,
Yo, what's up, guys?
Hurry up. Let's go.
we're gonna have some fun. So
Come on.
summer is upon us, and we got, of course, new unit. We do our podcast whenever we get new units because that's the most exciting part of this game. New arcs, all that stuff. So we're just gonna go ahead and hop into it. Does that sound good to you guys?
Should we warn them
yeah.
about your situation first? Before
I
some
mean-
slurring happens? I mean, you
Okay.
definitely don't
Alright.
look it.
I mean, if you're gonna bring it up to the forefront, I've been drinking since, I don't know, early afternoon. But somehow they wanted me to lead the podcast, so here we go.
That'd be
All right,
fun.
Leona. So we're taking a look at this girl. First of all, fan service on a whole nother level right now. I mean, power creep
I like it.
on the art.
Amazing.
It's
Yep.
so good. Also, the teaser for this was probably my favorite of all time with the Pockle, with the shades. It was just so
Oh.
good. Yeah, it was just great. And Leona, I mean, they got an awesome pose here. She's surfing and stuff. I don't know how else they could possibly give you this type of view, but top tier. They
Yep.
nailed it.
I agree.
Doja would not shut up about that damn surfboard, man.
Yeah,
He
because
made it a
I had
point.
originally thought it was a knife, but it turned out to be a surfboard,
Turned out to be a
and he
surf-
just would not shut up.
Nice.
Like, oh
It's
my
good,
god, a beach unit that has a surfboard. You're so smart, man.
I mean, the most
No.
fan service art we had before was last year when we got Summer Alice, and in my opinion, this excels past Summer Alice. I think this is better, personally.
It's great. No,
Yep.
It's great. This is just a super, super great piece of art. So
I ain't
kudos to
complaining.
the ATIS art team. Great.
and I like how
Love
they
it.
implemented the surfboard. That's like super cool.
Yeah,
and
It's
and more
excellent.
and more.
it's excellent. I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, hey, let's give her the most lewd pose possible. And they're like, how can we justify this? Let's make her surf. I wouldn't be surprised
It
at all
fits her.
if that was how a
It
conversation
fits her
happened.
perfectly. It really does. They could have made her like risque as hell, but nah, they were like, no, let's make her a fucking badass.
And can I
Also-
say,
Yeah.
I was going to say, so her artwork, top tier, amazing. Her pixel art, it's fucking great. I don't know about you
It's
guys,
solid.
That's great.
but
It's
I
some good
love her
details.
pixel art. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very
You got the
detailed.
ribbons, you got like the little like I don't know, additional ribbons / little flaps off of her like whatever's going up off
On
of
her
her
hip?
hips here. I
Yeah.
don't even know what that's supposed to be like in like IRL, like why somebody would wear that, but like I don't care. It looks cool. It's well done.
Yeah, it looks very well done. I like this pixel art a lot.
And also like the animations in game are super nice.
Yeah.
Have
I've
you
noticed. I don't know if it's just me, but a lot of recent units they've dealt with the 3D aspect a lot more. Like when we look at like Bayland, like he has
Mhm.
some skills that like he'll lunge at the camera almost, and like you can see like it's not just side to side, but it's like a frontal view, and like she has that too, where it's like her looking at you, like the front facing with the surfboard. And it's
Oh
just,
yeah.
you know, like it feels like they're putting more effort in on like the 3D side of these sprites, and like I appreciate it. It's good.
Yeah.
Also,
talk better.
yeah, I joked about it before, but like I don't know if this is like the best or worst login screen we've ever had, but that login screen, that summer art is pretty dope.
It's pretty nice.
Yep. Yep. It's very nice.
Yeah.
So I didn't get her.
impressive.
So I'm pretty bummed.
Impressive art.
I haven't really tried yet. I haven't tried. I know you both got her. Well, Jawline, you got her.
Oh yeah.
That was not supposed to happen.
someone decided to pity her. I don't know who that could be. Definitely couldn't be me.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, okay, out of curiosity, is there a story? Do you just have something for punchy girls? Because to my knowledge, this would be what, the third unit that you have pitied. The first being the original Milam, just
Yeah.
because you
Mhm.
loved her, even though she ended up
Mhm.
not being that great. I don't remember who the second was, and I think this is your
Rem.
third, if memory serves, right? Okay, so
It was
Rem, you did as
Milam,
well.
Rem, and now Leona.
Okay, do you just really love punchy girls? Is that like your thing or what?
No, I don't know. I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna get her.
And you were ready to pity the new Milam too.
Yeah, the new one I was ready
You
to,
were
but I didn't
actually
have
ready
to.
to pity. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
Nice.
I don't know. It's something. It's something.
All right. I mean, fair enough.
So yeah,
Um,
let's move on to her stats and attributes
Yeah,
and all
okay.
that.
So, taking a quick peek, super high strength, obviously low end because it doesn't matter. Decent defense and surprisingly high mind. Pretty good.
Everything's great.
And
Yeah.
I would say pretty average to high for HP, which is pretty good. At 8K,
Mhm.
not too bad. Resistances, I didn't pay attention to these. I didn't actually look at these. Super vulnerable to thunder, which makes sense because she's an
Yep.
ice unit. 35 to fire?
Yep.
That's a lot of. That's high. I
That's
think
a
that's our
lot.
highest.
Yeah, I think usually we'd expect like 20 and 20 for like ice and fire, but like
Mhm.
35
Yeah.
and fire, that's a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you're in arena and she jumps onto a Roy, she doesn't give a fuck.
No.
Just saying. Like if you're building tanky at all, she doesn't give a fuck.
Mhm.
So yeah, good stuff. Resistance is also pretty
Pretty
like
good.
these aren't too bad.
No.
Weak to blind, not great. I don't understand the resistance to silence. All she really has in her kit for that
She's
is
got
like
a
her
revive, does she not?
she's got a revive, but like
Are you gonna use it?
she's got a cast by speed revive too. So like we'll get into her kit, but like I don't understand why she has that revive. It feels awful.
It should
And
have
I
went to
don't know why.
curse. It clearly should have went to curse.
Yeah, if that went to curse, it would have felt better.
And then you can make
Nil to
you can make the
illness.
choice whether or not you wanted to make her resistance to silence on your own time. If you wanted to make her some kind of healer or
Yeah.
revive.
Yeah. But illness nil is obviously great, and a little bit of stun resist. Also good, because like these are the most expensive things that we have, so
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. Alright, on to our abilities. Do you guys want to do like a visual showcase of what these things do, or do you want to just talk about them?
Let's do visual if you want.
Yeah, let's
We
do a
good?
visual.
Okay, sure.
Gonna hurt.
Okay, so yeah, all right. I'm not even gonna read the descriptions. We'll just go jump into something. What do we want? Like IGC, like maybe
Yeah.
Fine Theoria
Fine,
or
there is
something.
good. Yeah. We don't
God
want
or,
them so
or
quick.
heart or
It's,
whatever.
it's pretty standard. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Not here.
So while he sets that up, I'll quickly go over them. S1 pressure splash, charge and deal a frontal medium area ice combo attack. S2 dolphin smash, instantly close the gap for a wide area ice combo attack. And then her S3 dragon wave, frontal long range ice combo attack with a wave around the unit.
Yes. So basically, her S1 is pretty nice. Overall, as far as like usually S1s are kind of blah. I'll be honest, her build is probably a little jacked, but it's fine.
Mhm.
We'll see what it looks like. Her S1 is kind of like a 2-jab hit and then shoots like a wave that shoots some range behind, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we'll go ahead and see that here.
Oh,
For
very
those
high.
wondering about her SET, I know there's people that are curious. Her S1's 10, her S2's 25, and surprisingly, her S3's 30. It's a lot lower than I thought it would have been. But yeah, 10, 25, and 30.
Yeah, so like I would rank that at somewhat average, slightly below,
Yeah.
probably. Which is reasonable.
I heard
I don't know.
Goddess
That 30
pretty good.
S3 is pretty good.
Yeah, it's good, but also the S3 is not crazy, at least not for DPS, in my opinion, personally.
No, but I'm saying it's crazy as in like the cost of it.
Sure, yeah. It could definitely be it's not bad at all. All right, let me go ahead and make this be slightly better here.
I also saw that the Goddess Kiss procs are actually pretty good too.
Her Goddess Kiss procs are great.
Yeah, I saw like
I'll say it.
541 stuff like that. Like really cool.
Yeah.
Instant refills.
In fact, I'll put that on so that we can kind of look at, because she's got a really fun thing with her autos that I really, really enjoy, and it's part of her trait. So we'll get into that. But let's do this. I know we don't normally do showcases, so I'm sort of last minute adjusting some stuff here.
Especially in our situation.
Yeah. But either way, we'll get in here.
I honestly was not expecting Leona to get a shift.
I was hoping, but I didn't know for sure. It felt slightly early, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Compared to
I'm not
like
mad
all
at
the
it.
other shifts that we could have gotten.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it though.
No.
I feel like Tinky was pretty quickly. I feel like Tiki was pretty fast when we got her swimsuit.
Sure, that was like over a year ago though, so
Yeah.
like that was a different time period. So like
Yeah.
based
No,
on
well-
current standards, it feels a little early to me.
Our first shift was fucking Dark Mills. Anyways.
True.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
true. That is
and
true,
so
Okay.
anyways,
So,
moving on.
yeah, so her S2 is, I think, my favorite skill. So it's a dash, so no line of sight, no range restriction. She basically dashes in on her surfboard, jumps up, slams down, and then throws dolphins everywhere. I think it's like slightly bigger or about the same as like a Sheeta S3. So anybody that has that for comparison's sake. But if we go ahead and slam that down,
Dude, that's
um,
badass.
the multipliers
Damn.
on it are just really high. Like it's so easy to cap with the skill. It's super duper good. Her big damaging skill is Dragon Wave. It's not a DPS monster though. So she like slams down in an AoE around her, and then she shoots out a dragon in the direction of the enemy.
Very
So-
unique. That's cool.
One thing weird that I found about this though is she shoots literally wherever their hitbox is, which means if they get knocked up really high between like some different stuff as well as her initial hit and
Mhm.
goes into the air, she'll shoot the dragon into the air, like at an angle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like it's
Nice.
not always in a straight line, but the negative
Yeah.
of that is if there's somebody behind her, it could potentially miss.
Oh,
Like that dragon potentially could if they're like really high up in the air and that's who you're targeting. So like
Uh-huh.
there's a little bit of iffiness about it. But the thing that's nice about her S3 is it's got that feature kind of like how we like an arena for units to not have to have a targeted thing on their S2 so they could just do AoEs around them. The
Yeah.
fact that a lot of her damage is an AoE around her means that you could use S2 dash in arena.
Mhm.
Actually, you know what? Since I'm showcasing, why not just go do a fight quick in arena? Does that sound good to
She
people?
looks really cool though, man. I'm excited to try and get her.
She's very fun. Her attacks combo together very, very well. She's not a DPS monster, but she feels very good.
Yeah, let's get this out of the way. For those of you wondering, should you pull or not? No. Unless you want her for waifu reasons, do not pull for her. She is not a must pull.
Yeah, not a must pull at all. Granted, no units I would say are really a must pull, but she's definitely far from a must pull. She's
Mhm.
very fun. That is a thing she has going for her.
Yep.
Beyond
Booba?
that, beyond there's not much. Okay, they have a Roy in their party. Great, let's go tackle him. This is gonna go horribly. I found my current setup struggles with Roland for some reason. Like if they're building a DPS Roland, his AoE is just like for some reason exactly enough to fuck me over. Okay, so that's a ranged hit. We're gonna go ahead and dash over here. Oh,
Oh,
boom,
wow.
just melting people. Feels
Yeah.
good, feels good.
Feels good.
So S1 also has a decent little bit of range on it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like it's a cone. It feels like it's an actual radius around her. And then she can dash in, which is really great, especially for arena. Yeah, she's super fun in arena.
Yeah.
Let's turn off auto though, because I'm sick of her taking control from me.
And I can't see what's going on. It's just so much happening.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, she's killing stuff though.
I love that Murren is in your team right now. And
Dude,
Sheeta.
Murren,
Yeah,
and
Murren,
Sheeta.
dude.
Okay. Maybe this is like a hot take, but in my opinion, Murren is tankier than Shiftgorm. If you have like the right stuff.
Right.
I don't know. I've tried both, and I just feel like I am so much more successful with Murren.
I love how your
I just
whole
feel
team
like
got
he's so
nuked
hard.
and not one bar was taken
Yeah.
from you.
Murren's
Nice.
still just chilling. He just doesn't give a fuck.
He's
And
a
look at
honey
how many
badger. He's a
stocks are
honey
on him.
badger, bro.
He's a honey badger.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Murren's a honey badger.
He's a honey badger.
Murren is the
He don't
Charizard
give
of my
a
team. He gives
fuck.
0 fucks.
Nice.
I don't know how I just won, but I did, and I don't care. But anyway, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. She's very, very fun.
Yeah, since we're showcasing arena, she is fun to use in arena. She's not like anything crazy DPS wise, but if you want to use her in arena, you can. She'll do pretty well. But other than that,
yeah, effectiveness wise, she feels very similar in arena to melee to me. Like
Wow.
if you have her on auto,
Yeah.
She could do okay, but her having to charge in eventually is going to be her downfall.
Yeah, because
And
she's
just
melee.
just like melee. But if you
Mhm.
manually control her, she feels pretty gross, a lot like melee.
Mhm.
So yeah, if she's very fun if you're a manual player. If you're on auto, there's going to be better choices probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So all right, I know that's not usually how we do this format, but we're gonna
No,
get
it's
back into
great.
it.
Honestly, it's great.
Mhm.
Abilities. So
Honestly, it's so much better than just talking about it. I mean, because I know, like, when I do like my videos and stuff. I usually just kind of say that, but I'm kind of glad we're changing the way things are done because
yeah,
I feel
Yeah.
like
so
visually it's better, so we can kind of see what's going on for people who haven't pulled her.
yeah, for sure.
So yeah, great.
Yeah. I could have showed her special. I suppose I could go into that, but she rides a big wave and it looks really cool, and she splashes down on people for a lot of hits.
I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but in her S2, if you are somehow able to like, slow it down and watch it, you can see in her surfboard, she's like looking at the screen and she's like smiling as she's
Mhm.
surfing. So if you have her and you get a chance to try it and see what she does, look at it. It's pretty funny.
She's pretty great. That S2 is really the highlight, I think. S3 is still like the bigger DPS skill. The problem from a DPS perspective that she has is it's only persisting after she pushes the dragon. So there's this animation where she basically hits the ground. There's an AoE around her in like a small radius, so she can hit things around her. And then she does basically that like classic Kamehameha wave
Yeah.
thing
Hmm.
where she like shoots it. And then when she shoots it, basically if she gets flinched, the dragon will persist, but only after that point. Up until then, if she gets flinched, she just loses all damage, and she's like that basically just makes her a lot like Levi and all those others, where it's like, hey, you could have like decent damage, but like
Hmm.
if you get flinched, you're fucked. And she's
Hmm.
really, really susceptible to flinch. So that kind of keeps her from being like a really good DPS. In addition to like that S3 taking quite a long time due to that wind up.
Yeah.
So just not much you can do there. But anyway, her ultimate against all enemies. It also has 50 hits, which is like she doesn't have true dual wield
But
for
if she
like
did,
doubling that. Yeah. But like even 50 hits is pretty good. Right?
hmm
Like you could
Yeah.
have a unit with like say 25, 26 hits and then true dual wield and be like, "Oh, 50 hits, dope. This is great." Um she does reasonably good ult damage. It's not bad. Um it's not Shift Alice or like Levi or, some of those other units, but like
Right.
it's decent, at least, and the scaling on it seems pretty good. With pretty minimal effort, you can cap her ult, which is cool. So, any questions on how some of this stuff works?
That's
S1,
pretty.
small radius around her, dashes in, shoots a wave of water on the final hit. Dolphin
Huh.
smash, dash in, do a decent AoE, dragon wave, AoE around her, shoots a thing.
Yeah,
Cool.
she's great.
All right, traits. Twin aquamarine bump. So 2 weapons equipped. Notice this is not weapon specific, just 2 weapons equipped. Ice
Aha.
physical damage plus 40% and damage cast plus 8 cap plus 8k. Sorry,
Come
words are
on.
hard.
Come on.
In general, good start. I like generic bonuses. Those are great.
Hmm.
When enemy has resistance 10 to ice or more, resistance minus 50% and deal damage. So, first of all, I have to say, why'd they put in the clause for 10? Because why the fuck does it matter? You could just say resistance minus 50%, because like you're not going to notice if they have 10 resist anyway.
Right.
Right? Like if they
Mm.
have 20 resist, it's just going to be treated as 10 anyway. If they're at 10 and it drops to 5, you're not going to notice a difference. So like that's a little silly that they went out of their way for that, but
Hey
what
man,
this
have Patricia. I don't know. That's pretty
yeah,
cool.
so like basically what this means though is 50%. So if they're like 80 res to ice, you treat them as though they're 40.
Yep.
Which just makes it so much easier to cap. You basically never need Trish on her, which is excellent. So big score. We love to see these effects. It's very, very rare. That's a big
Yep.
win.
Hmm.
Very nice quality of life, especially for new accounts for sure. Chance to do boost damage 200% to guarding enemies. This is for arena only, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like guarding we don't normally deal with, maybe future content, but right now for arena, this is just a thing that's really great. So nice. When regular attacking, a beach ball will rarely ...
Hmm.
So this in the preview was a big mystery to me, and it
Yeah.
was super fun. And I think probably the most fun in her kit. But it was great to test out. Do we want to go look at it, or should I just explain what it does?
Yeah, show it.
I want to see what it does.
You don't know
Yeah,
what it does?
I don't think
you,
DK's seen it.
No, you said something that the ball explodes.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. So basically, I don't know the exact percentages. I don't have the data mines and stuff, but
Oh,
it feels like we basically have a 5 to 10%
forgot about
chance
that.
for her volleyball to turn into a Daborn, which is then going to basically, when it turns into that, it makes it so that on impact you do double the hits. So it goes from, she has 3 hits normally, 6 with dual wield. If the volleyball turns into a Daborn, it becomes 12 hits, and has a larger
Damn.
AoE, and has a larger AoE, which is pretty dope. So if we watch this volleyball, okay, that's a Daborn. So then you can see it had like a little bit of an explosion there. It seems like there's maybe a 30 to 40% chance to be a Pockle, which was there. You saw it was like green.
Yeah, I saw a Pockle.
When it's the Pockle, again, I don't have the data mines, but I believe it's a 50% increase to damage based on what I've observed. So volleyball by itself, really good modifiers. Like her Goddess Kiss is on point. In general,
we talk about her regular attacks too. Look at him.
Yeah,
she's throwing a damn volleyball at the enemy.
So there's good and bad. So one, it looks really fucking cool and it hits really hard. Like I said, 6 hits with dual wield, as we can see here. It's got a cone to it. So, and it's also got a range restriction. So if you're like all the way across the map, she's gonna have to move forward to hit it. And then depending on where you are, in proportion to the enemy, you might have to move vertically as well in order to hit it. But it's pretty reasonably generous overall. It's not that bad, but you will have to move in some cases to be able to hit it. But yeah, it slaps pretty hard. The bad part about it is that you have this windup where you throw up the ball and then you have to hit it, which means if you want to do something silly like cast cancel with her S1, because her S1 is the only skill she has with a range restriction. You can't really time it that well, because when the projectile leaves is at the end, like maybe 80 to 85% of the animation. So like you can technically save a tiny bit of time, maybe, but it's really just that falling speed, which doesn't do much. So you can't really abuse this auto in any way.
What is the res of this monster, real quick? I'm curious.
Yeah, so the res right now is probably negative. I believe this one,
this
is negative 25
okay,
right now. Yeah,
gotcha.
So like that helps a lot. And right now both her weapons are ice.
Okay.
But like you can see her Goddess Kiss is hitting for like I don't know, hundreds. Okay, so that was only 73, but she does crit a lot. Like 73 is pretty good, but like there's 186. Yeah, I'm pretty sure one that we saw before was like 400 something.
Right, and I have seen like some. Oh wow.
Wait, she just broke him? What?
Wait,
okay.
Did you see autos and break?
that was 366. That was 366 on a Goddess Kiss proc, but yeah.
We'll get to the break part too later, but I mean, yeah, that's crazy. You just broke that thing.
Yeah, I don't know why it broke him. Maybe he has a low break bar.
Probably.
That was weird. Anyway, cool. Her autos are super fun, ridiculously fun. And they have high enough modifiers on them that they're not only good enough for Goddess Kiss, but they're also decently good for not having to waste much on like skill charges. Like I feel pretty fine if I don't want to run like skill charge 1 to like lead into Pirate Feast on the following rounds. Like I could just run Pose of Glory and just throw some auto attacks and murder stuff in like a couple hits or something. But like her S1 generally is better. I won't lie, but yeah, it's reasonably good. It's strong enough, in fact, that like I did some silly meme builds where I went into arena and just auto attacked people and just killed people.
That. Yeah,
it's so funny.
That was pretty funny.
It's so funny. It's great. All right. Enough about that though. All right, so that's the second piece of our first trait. Moving on in our first trait. Oh no, that was our third part. Okay, good. We're through that. On to trait 2. So this is where things start getting a little unfortunate for Leona, I'll be honest.
Yep.
Her trait 2, for the most part, almost doesn't exist. We'll just say that up front.
Yep.
What this says, 10 seconds after battle start, give allies wave buff. slightly restoring HP, and then giving skill and ice damage plus 15%. So to be clear, this is both, which means if you're using skill damage that's also ice, that's a 30% bump. Neat. Or big wave buff. You greatly restore HP and then basically get a bunch of other stuff. So even bigger buff, high damage caps. So that's 8k if you're both ice and physical. Sweet. And then every 20 seconds you reapply this. On paper seems pretty cool. The problem, 10 seconds into a match kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It feels like an eternity. So that's really rough.
would have been better if it was like battle start and it only
Battle start.
lasted 10 seconds.
And the thing that bothers me is like it's literally wave starting game. Like start my wave on wave start, please. Anyway, so then we could have like one more thing in time trials to restart to get some RNG for, because we all love that.
Yep.
But anyway, the other problem is that this big wave buff, this chance for this really, really meaty damage cap, it's like 10% or less.
Oh god.
Oh god, it's painful. It's you basically never see it. It is
That's
a myth
nice.
of the it's a legend of the sea. It is a
So we can
sailor's
just
tale of the
scratch
greatest
that whole
degree.
trait then.
Pretty much. This whole thing basically doesn't exist. In addition to like this 15%, like this is cool. You basically get 30% to her damage, but like if you have to wait 10% for that, like if you're building her like optimally, you're just going to build her to cap without that buff anyway. So like when you have small wave buff, it literally doesn't matter because you should be capping without it. New players, this is cool. This could be good because like new players, they're not going to be killing waves in 10 seconds probably.
Right.
Yeah.
They're going to be, on that early side of like trying to build skills and things like that. So this could be cooler for them. But like that's really what this is. This is like slight quality of life boon for new players, and that's kind of it. I saw in the Discord somebody have a recommendation that could really help this. One, obviously we'd like this to be wave star. That would be way better.
Right.
But also, if we could have it be that when she comes in with her ultimate, where she's riding a wave anyway, if that automatically applied big wave buff, that would be fucking dope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I could work around that. Yep. That would be
Definitely.
great. So that would be super cool. But
I'm proud of
unfortunately,
shit.
as it stands though, this trait too kind of doesn't exist. Which we've sort of seen this a lot lately, right?
Yeah.
Like we look at like the Persona 5 collab, and like almost every single unit except maybe Magrona, or Morgana. Sorry.
Magrona.
Words are hard. But like between Joker, Violet, Crow, like all of them had some aspect of their character that was like kind of shit.
Yeah.
And just didn't work. And that's what she is. Like her trait 2 just doesn't work fundamentally. Adis, if you see this, please buff her. This trait 2 sucks.
Or just change it. Just I wouldn't even call it a buff. Just,
yeah,
you have what it is. Just change the
just change it to battle start. That's it. Change it to battle start.
Battle start, and let our ult trigger it. And also, like honestly, if we're gonna have to wait for these things, it should be like a 30 to 50% chance for big wave.
Right.
Like with the weight that we have. Also, interesting thing is, crap as the basic wave buff is, it also only lasts 10 seconds. So when you get it, you only get a buff for half of the time before the next buff triggers. But when you get big buff, not only is it better, but it lasts the full 20 seconds. So that's cool.
That's definitely battle start.
Yeah,
it's got to be battle start.
Yeah, if it was battle start, dude, it'd be so good. It'd be so good. Anyway,
honestly, seeing that random 4K would just get on my nerves. It's like, oh look, it activated.
Oh nice.
By 10% chance.
I haven't seen that in forever.
All right, so she has a charisma. This one's interesting. It's powerful, but like kind of situational. So all male units damage plus 20%. So this is all damage, which is really cool. Like you can buff arc damage, special damage, all that sort of stuff. That's nice. And then female units minus 20%. Okay.
I like that one just for the team that I run.
Right.
Yeah, it's really, really neat. It's a little bit niche because like usually we see males as wanting to be the tanky ones. When we look at things, especially like the Valentine's Day arc, they have things like Girls Party that say, hey, females are offensive, and then males, they want to get all the aggro. Like you increase allure stacks for them. So like it kind of goes out of line with that a little bit. But yeah, it's cool. I'm sure there's niche cases where it could be applicable. Wholeness of body. restore yourself some HP. This is instacast, so you don't need cast speed for this to just happen, which is nice. For new players, if you really need it, you can give Spirit Breath, and then this is 3 SC or 3 SCT every time you use it, which is nice. And then you get to cure Poison, Blind, and Curse, which Blind and Curse especially are big deals.
Yep.
Bayou'd Spirit, revive an incapacitated ally, give them a plus 30% physical attack buff, which is huge. We don't have many ways to give that. And then physical damage taken minus 30%. So, like, those are huge buffs. Don't get me wrong. And it revives to 50%, which is a high resurrection effect. The only issue is, like...
She has no cast speed, right?
She has no cast speed. And, like, this feels like a typical revive spell. So, like, she's going to take, like, 5 seconds to cast this if you're not running, like, fast recast or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, it's neat. Maybe we'll find a use for it sometime. But I turn it off. Because, like, it just doesn't seem worthwhile. So, meh. Pretty common stuff, Fighting Spirit, Heroism. Crit up 3. I know sometimes we kind of complain because things will come with like Proud Force Crit up 2, which is like basic crit package, but like getting crit up 3 is always nice because it's the inefficient crit up.
Super good, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's really great. Advanced Aid Vitals as well. Ocean Slayer, we see that just like on, Summer Alice. It's a good set of stuff. I think I underappreciated this a lot, but like in Arena, Anti-Soldier is fucking huge. It's really great.
So is Dragon and Stone. Yep.
Yeah, Dragon can be too. Dragon's mostly for Shift Mealum, which honestly you don't see that much.
No. I mean, people run Veldora's Blessing. That gives them Dragon Mimicry as well as
that's true. That's true.
The physical damage reduction.
Yeah, I forget about that. So that's a thing. And then if you're not running that, some people will also run Stone World, which turns things into stone. So she has it for free. You don't have to invest in it if you don't want to. Which is nice. And also in PvE, stones are the things with high defense usually, which means your physical DPS usually struggle with it. So I found that it was really nice that she just tended to fight against those stones a bit easier because this was just innate on her. So yeah, Ocean Slayer, not that bad. It seems random, but
yeah, it's grown on to me now that you think about it.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. It's a pretty good package. Auto crit, always great. Auto haste, sure, why not? Great Vacation, this maybe could have been a little better, but like it's fine. So we had this on an SR arc. Well, Fast Vacation, which was Autocast Brave or a Protection Magic Barrier.
Yeah.
This is kind of in line with that, like, the skill that Alice or Mikasa has where you get it and then you have it until you die. And then when you die, it goes away. Otherwise, it has an infinite duration.
Right.
So cool, basic stuff. It'd be nice if this was like big buffs instead of just standard Brave.
The standard ones, yeah.
Yeah. But, it's fine. I'm not mad at it. Awaken for free. Sure. Cool. This is pretty juicy. So Ice Drive, Ice Mega Drive, Ice Attack Raise 2, Ice Attack Raise 3. That's a lot of saves and a lot of cap raises.
Yeah.
Twos, threes.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And
That's
like
a
Ice
lot.
High Drive's pretty easy to get. We have that accessible. That's relatively efficient overall. And then Ice Critical Raise for free. I never pay for critical raises, but I'd love to see them for free. So great.
Yep.
And she also feels like a crit unit, so that just helps her self-sustain and such. Pose of Glory for free. This is just quality of life for new players, really, which is great, as well as dual wield. Like, yeah. So I'll point out for anybody that's just starting, like, Shift Leona is a really good reroll target if you're just getting into the game. Because, like, you don't need Trish, and you don't need dual wield. And, like, usually people say, hey, reroll for Caldina or for Sandworm. She doesn't need either. So, like, if you just want to get in and start playing and you happen to get her, it doesn't really matter what else you have. She kind of is a pretty complete unit in general.
The fact that you can get her and Summer Alice or Summer Tinky is pretty good too on a reroll.
Potentially. I think the thing that really matters and why, like, right now is really good for rerolling for people is, like, you could get Shift Leona as your main DPS.
Yeah.
And then you can get Spirit Maiden Theria.
Oh, that's
free ticket.
Yeah.
That's the free ticket. Yep.
Oh,
wait, I thought we were waiting.
Yeah, that's another topic. That's another topic.
Yeah, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but like,
calm down.
It's a good time to start a new account.
It
That's
really
the point.
is. No,
Yeah.
Claw Boost, Claw Mega Boost. Nice. Ultimate Boost 3. I bet this has a lot to do with why it's so easy to cap with her ult, even if you don't invest into it. Works out pretty well. Decoy for free. Nice. Break Boost and Breaker. So I'm not going to set her up to go do break stuff. I'm just going to tell y'all she's very blah.
Very mid.
Yeah, she's exactly like vast majority of the units that we have. They see things, they say, hey, they have breaker stuff in their kit. Maybe they're good. No, Murren's good. Nobody else is good.
Yep.
That's how it goes. Mikasa
Yeah.
sucks. Crow sucks. Summer Leona, she's got really good art. She's not a breaker.
Shut him down real quick.
Right? Like, it sucks. It's unfortunate. They give units this stuff, and they give us hope and dreams, and then they crush them by giving them bad break values.
Yeah, like not only that, but like they crush our hopes, and dreams or whatever. But also that's like 12 SC right there, and those two skills could have gone to something.
Yeah, it could have been something better for sure. Like this
could have been Sharp Eyes. I don't know, Berserker.
Easily had like both those replaced with like Sharp Eyes, and been like cool, or Indomitable Spirit. She could really use Indomitable Spirit. That would be great.
Yep.
Just like I think her old form, I think the original Leona had Indomitable Spirit. She was super tanky. That would have been great. But yeah, so she's not a great breaker. But I will say, in general, even if she's not like a top tier breaker, like her break is reasonable. Like if you want to build for break, you could easily build for break and still be capping all your generic damage because her modifiers on her skills are really, really good. Kind of like Summer Alice. Not as insane, but like she's really good as far as her multipliers at base. So you could build her to be a breaker and then still be good. And like maybe instead of breaking something in 3 seconds, it might take like 6 or 7 seconds. Like that's still not bad. It's just not like insane, right? But like she's still like, even these units that we say are like mid break, it's because we're comparing them to the best of the best, which is like 5 or less units. So yeah, just throwing that out there for anybody who's like not familiar and hasn't played with breakers at all. So she's decent at breaking. She'll get the job done if you really need her to. Key alignment, the status down effect, recovery time minus 25%. Cool, nice for free, not bad. Twin grapple claw. So this is kind of the counter to her single wield grapple claw technique that she had in her OG form. So each claw she has strength plus 20%, physical damage cap plus 2k, and then enemy defense minus 5%. So you can double that if she has 2 claws equipped. I don't know if the strength is like a flat like unit bonus, or if that's like to the claws themselves. It's worded a little curiously here.
Each claw equipped STR. Yeah, because normally it would say weapon, wouldn't it?
I think
weapon.
Normally
STR?
there would be like a separator or a period, and it would say something like claw strength plus 20%. This almost implies its overall unit strength goes up by 20%, but I really don't know. I have not tested this. But yeah, either way, there's some defense ignore, which is really broken and great. Helps her to cap quite a bit, especially because it's consistent. It's not a chance.
Right.
So that's nice. Good stuff. I'm not mad at that. That's good skill. Glassy. When giving wave or big wave buff, heal a random status ailment. I mean, that's cool in a really long fight. New accounts, it's going to be really good. But again, wave and big wave is just kind of blah.
Right.
So like, it doesn't matter that much. And the fact that, it's every like 20 seconds after the first 10 seconds, like that's not going to save you. You could get a status ailment at 11 seconds in and then sit there for a long time before it gets healed.
Yeah.
Which like in that time, you could just use cure all from your support or something. So
yeah, you might as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of whatever. Beach break during skill attacks, boost break 50 to 100%, and then during big wave 100 to 300%.
That's so cool, man.
It's a cool skill, but again, her break just isn't crazy.
No. We actually did you test it?
I didn't test it a lot just because like her
Me
break was
and
kind of blah
Odium
anyway.
tested it, and it was on par with like Merity, like OG Merity.
Okay, which is decent.
Yeah, it was decent. No, it was really good. No, it was good.
It's not crazy, but like it's good. But again, you need big wave buff, which is on like a 10% or less chance, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
To be clear for people though, the way that this works is it's basically a series of percentage chances to give you a 50% buff. Like Lake did the data mine on this, and so basically this is just a whole bunch of 50% chances that
Nice.
have a certain percentage to apply, basically. And like basically on big wave, it's like some of the extra 50s to get up to 300 is like a 75% chance, for example, to get up there.
Mhm.
So like your odds are a little bit higher of getting up there, but still, it's just a whole bunch of percentage chances to add 50%. So fun. Aerial. This one's pretty good. While the unit is airborne, physical and magic damage taken minus 15%.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one a lot.
This is a great skill.
Yep.
She's airborne for a fair amount of her attacks, at least a decent amount, and well, mainly her S2, I guess. But
Well, not only that, but just like when like in arena specific, or I guess primarily, if you get juggled around, you're at least taking less damage while you're being juggled around.
yeah, it mitigates sky high almost.
Yeah,
Like
almost.
damage reduction is really hard to come by, and 15 is no slouch. Like
Nope.
that's a pretty good amount. So I'm not mad at that at all. That's a good skill. Nice.
I like it. I dig it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Is there anything else on her specifically that anybody had questions on, especially you, DK, since you didn't get her? Were you curious about anything?
So no, everything. I mean, the most thing I wanted to know is what the beach ball ... meant. Honestly.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
That was my big mystery.
And then I
too.
wanted to see because that crazy break. We wanted to see how good her break was, and
I wanted to see that.
Odin and I tested that, and it was really promising because there are some situations where they throw break or other types of breaks on unit, and it just kind of underperforms. So we wanted to see if she was, in that category, but no, she's definitely good if you don't have one, especially Murren. I mean, Murren's still going to be one of the best breakers.
Murren's better, Gobble's better. If you have all the extra stuff for him, DXR is better.
DXR, yeah, I was gonna say DXR.
I would say probably even somebody like Zykes is probably better,
right?
Because he still has some of the higher break values out there. From
Yep,
what I've
she's
seen.
just adding. If you run her with those, you're adding more break. It's a good having a whole break team was actually pretty fun. So
she's decent.
Yeah,
she's
very
decent.
good.
She will get the job done. She's just going to be slower than like the true breakers. Is really all that it is. Like we say that about like Crow too, right? Like Crow's not a good breaker, but like he will break. He'll break stuff if you build him for it. It's kind of similar to that. I bet
it's almost
Crow,
like any unit can break, but some units just do it extremely, better than everyone else.
Yeah.
So.
And some are really, really, really slow at it.
Yeah, right. Some are just incredibly slow.
Like Joker, who's laughably bad, even though he has a skill that benefits the team when he breaks.
It makes no sense. But I did want to say though, here with Leona, if we go back into her kit, if you go over the twin grapple claw technique.
Oh, sure.
So at first I thought she was bound to just like claws and like stuff like that. But if in my case, I actually run her with her paid claw and I run her with Scarlet Blade because that twin grapple it says for each one equipped. It doesn't say when only two are equipped. So you could run her, with a claw and then a sword just for like more damage boost, like sword boost or high boost and pure blade if you're having trouble, right? You only lose 2,000, so it's not that huge. Yeah. But if you happen to have her paid, then you can run her paid and Scarlet, so that way you can, you'll hit a little bit less, but at least you'll be guaranteeing that she's hitting high or hitting caps. I mean,
yeah, for sure. And another thing, like if you wanted to lead into her break, because like even if she's not great, she's still solid.
Right?
You could do something like the Godforge axe, and you could do axe equip on her, and you could do that. You'll lose 2k cap, but like you'll still get some of that extra damage, and then you can run X boosts and stuff too. So
I like that she's not bound. Like I was thinking she was going to be bound like her original, but I like the fact that she's not bound. You have the option of using whatever.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that's a decent transition though over into the shop. Let's take a look at her paid real quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Because she's got she's got some paid stuff as units do. Some mixed things. Let's start with the bad one. So she has an accessory, and on paper this sounds kind of okay. So like decent HP, 52 strength, decent amount of defense in mind, chance for specials to deal critical damage. Cute, cool, I guess. Cut faint time, I assume that's 50%. It's usually 50% for these type of effects, which is
Yeah.
nice. Nice to have, I won't lie. But we also have an AER that does that if we really care. And then when unit gets big wave buff, restore 1 stock to all skills.
When they get it.
Dude, like, and then like some res to stun. If this was just when you get a wave or big wave buff, this would at least be a little better because at least you could predict it. Like it's reliable. But the
Right.
fact that like big wave is on such an astronomically like small chance, it basically doesn't exist, which means we're looking at a crappy stat stick that gives
Mhm.
you crit damage and reduced faint time, which is like not good enough for paid, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just not. This is like a 5 out of 10 at best. That's maybe generous. If they buff Big Wave to be like wave start, and like, if we could get Big Wave automatically on ult or something, this would gain in value. Because like
But
getting 1 back to all your stocks, not bad. But like you said before, her stocks also don't take that incredibly long to recharge. So
no,
like,
they're surprisingly though, to be honest.
yeah, they're pretty
Surprisingly.
good. On the other hand, if you're going to get some paid, if you decided to just simp for her and you paid some monies to be able to get your waifu, this is the thing you want to get. Ice damage cap plus 15, plus it's 1500.
1500.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. 1500. So basically Scarlet Blade, but on an ice
Right.
claw, which is better. And then during a 50 plus hit combo, damage plus 30%. So basically Combo Master 2 for
Yep.
free that stacks with Combo Master 2 and
Mhm.
break plus 50% as well. So like it just hits kind of all the things and it's got better stats than most claws. This is just a no-brainer. Like if you're
Yeah.
going to get paid, you do this. You don't need it. Like this isn't a must. You have
No.
to go spend like $60 to get this. It's not insane. But like if you happen to have it because you already spent money, this is like you don't take this off of her. It's solid.
Yeah, very good
It's
paid.
good. Yeah, it's solid for sure. Currently the things that I'm running on her are the other 2 ice claws that we have, and I found it to be more than sufficient. Those
Uh,
2.
I will say that I happened to get both her paids and then her prisms too. But
Mhm.
I wanted to say that her accessory, it doesn't say it, but it actually changes her pixel art
Mm,
or her color scheme. I mean, it's all like pink and like
Wait,
reddish,
what? Seriously?
Yeah, it
yeah,
changes her
yeah.
whole color.
That's a good point. So normally these seasonal waifu type units, when you get the accessory, it usually changes their outfit, but it normally specifies it. For some reason, this one didn't. But yeah, so like instead of a black here and then like this ribbon being this like blue and yellow, this all turns like kind of pinkish orange, right?
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
rad.
something like that. It's pretty neat. Like I like it a lot. Like her original sprite and color, amazing, top notch. And this one, I like it even more than that. It's amazing.
Nice. So like that's a thing. So if you care about it, that'd be a reason to get it if you want it.
Hmm.
For me, if I was spending the money, I'd get the claw and then I'd get prisms. And then if I just for some reason decided to be a fool and spend like hundreds of dollars and got even more, then sure I'd get the accessory. Why not?
Couldn't be me. Nope, no sir.
So like these are the types of things I run on it right now, which we have uh the Sacred Sea Beast. This is from the Magliodon SSR, which I'll pull up because I think is one of the most valuable arcs if you happen to start with her. And then Sea Kings, which I believe this comes from the Mother fight, right? Is that right?
Yes,
Wait.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure that's it.
Wait, Sea King, isn't that
Yeah, I'm pretty
no
positive that's Mother because you go to
the
Abandoned
mother?
City of the Sea in order to do it, and that's where the Sea King resides.
Why am I thinking of High Speed? High Speed is the Ice Claw, right?
No, High Speed is
Or Thunder
Lambda, and
wait,
that's where I think that's where you get Ray's Thunderclaw.
Thunder Claw. There you go. Yeah, okay,
I
that's
think,
not it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get these, and then this is from that arc, which is like super niche. When Claw or Ice Weapon is equipped, physical damage plus 6%, and then you get an extra effect. So basically, for having 2 Ice Claws equipped, this alone is giving you 24
Mhm.
physical damage, which
Mhm.
is good. While being Ice attribute and then giving her passives and stuff. So like I like it if you're running both.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not too bad. An option, especially for PvP, is the God Forge Claw. Unifying King's Talent. This gives you a little bit of a piercing effect, so a
Mhm.
little big amount of strength, physical damage, and then a chance to just cut resistance. So if they're not running Stone World, which makes you immune to piercing effects,
Right.
this is just another chance to drop that defense, which can help you to shred things,
Right.
which is nice.
John Lane had a good idea too. He was talking about he was using Scarlet Blade with sword high boost. You do lose a little bit of damage cap, but I mean you get that 30% from the sword high boost. If he's,
For sure.
apparently she might have been having trouble capping in some areas, or you're a player.
It could be sometimes. In general, I think she's on the higher side of ease of capping.
Yeah.
Personally, at least from my experience.
Mhm.
Some other options. It won't be great for Goddess Kiss, but like Venic Cleave's always decent.
Nice.
For anybody that needs claws. I tested her on an ailment build just for fun, and the fact that she has range on her S1 or on her auto attacks, like it's not that bad. So like I tried to meal heads on her, and it was kind of funny being able to
Cursory
like stun things
searches.
and then dash in and stuff. It wasn't the best thing, but like it was kind of fun, and it totally worked. She was still able to cap while still running like this weird ailment build, but yeah, it was cool. Personally, though, I like just running her like double ice claws. It's pretty good. If I wasn't running this, I'd probably just replace this with that axe, the break axe, and then just lean into break a little bit. Probably where I'd be. But yeah.
Yeah, that thing that I said about the sword is just like, just know that she's not bound to only claw. So if you are struggling to make her cap,
Totally.
you can use sword boost
Right.
and sword high boost with the sword to help you cap. And then once you got her all flushed out, then yeah, just go back to claws.
Yeah, exactly. Sword's probably the easiest thing of all the weapons to be able to cap with, just because it's just flat raw bonuses to your stuff.
Yeah.
Hammers are also not too bad, to be honest. But anyway, good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So the other thing on the banner, we have an arc. I mean, artwork is good. We'll start with the good. Artwork, solid. Though I will say, they have this thing about Theria and Lilibet they can't get away from. They put them in all the arcs. Can we branch out, Adis, just a little bit? Like, let's get some other woman in here, please. Right. Anyway, other than that, it looks good. It's some good artwork. I'm not mad at it. Stat-wise, it's real mid across the board.
Yeah.
Relatively defensive overall. So ailment recovery speed plus 30%. Cool. Cut faint time as well. I assume that's another 50%. So like
here, let me stop you here real quick.
Yeah, do it. Do your thing.
Status ailment recovery speed plus 30%. Okay, cool. Slightly cut faint time. We have these things on accessories. Why are you making this into an arc skill? Like, it just feels like they're no longer trying to like this is summer. Like this is a summer arc. You can only get this during the summer. Like you can only get these effects during the summer. But like we have those on accessories. There's no need to make that. I feel like it's just wasted. Like each time they come out with arcs, it just feels like they're slowly leaning to just like wasting potential.
Yeah.
They've been doing that for a long time though. Like we've talked about this with like collab arcs too. It's like, oh hey, you gave us like 1 to 2 or even 0 completely unique collab related skills on an LR arc.
Yeah, it's just getting annoying.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I feel you. Like at least it stacks with those other things. So like if you wanted to cut, faint time by a ton, you could. But also if you wanted to run an arc just to like get around faint time, you could run Bell Tower, which is in the general pool that makes you immune to fainting. So like, yeah, I agree. It's a bit of a miss.
Yeah. Sorry, just wanted to get that out there.
You're good. You're good.
Hydro Shell? I started using Hydro Shell again.
Yeah, during Hydro Shell, basically all your basic stats plus 10%. Cute, I guess.
Do we again use Hydro Shell?
Another way? No, but I don't know anybody that's ever used that.
I never use Hydro Shell.
Yeah, so there's two things. One, nobody uses Hydro Shell. But two, the reason we don't use Hydro Shell is because there's not really anything in the game that does magic damage that really threatens us that bad.
No.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if we get a boss that hits super hard and almost always
it's usually special damage
with magic, then like it works. What was that?
I said most of it's special damage, honestly.
Yeah, it's usually special and physical.
Yep.
Almost always. And like magic damage from bosses is usually like CC and like chip damage.
Yeah.
That like leads into you getting killed by specials and stuff.
Like arena damage.
But like This buff is really crazy. We just don't need it. It's kind of like tanks in general, right? Like, we don't need a dedicated tank in PvE almost ever. But, like, if we ever did, they could be helpful. But we don't need them right now. Therefore, their
Right.
value is low. Hydra
Yes.
Shell is basically the tank of skills. One day, maybe it'll be useful, but right now, it's just not. But,
Just
like,
don't see it happening.
a 50% reduction to magic damage is fucking huge.
That's
Yeah.
huge. Yeah.
It's so good. And yeah, it's really, really good. So, and
But
that'll
it-
stack with, like,
I-
magic barrier, too.
No, okay. So it's an HP barrier essentially to that type of to like magic that isn't thunder. I'm pretty sure if you look it up, it's like an HP barrier.
Okay, I didn't know that.
It,
All right,
it's like
interesting.
barrier, just an HP barrier with its own icon.
Okay, but I assume that it still like reduces the damage for like the duration of that HP, right?
I'm pretty sure it's just a barrier, just like Theria, like her barrier. It's literally just a barrier, I think.
Okay, all right.
But
I'll
to like
I'll
that
confirm.
magic.
Okay, so it's 100 HP barrier that blocks 50% of magic damage, except for thunder.
Right.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, only
I see.
1,000, which actually is like that's not that much. If you're reducing damage a ton, then like it could be okay. But if you're
Mhm.
reducing damage by that much anyway, you probably didn't need Hydra Shell anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know it was limited like that. So it kind of works like Diva Tinks S3, which is like not that crazy because it's
Yes.
bound to a limited threshold.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
slightly annoying. Okay. Anyway, mid to bad. So cool. And then the final part, battle start, HP cap plus 5k and restore HP. So basically fast, mega high vitality.
Mega high yeah. Yeah, I mean it's pretty huge. 5,000, yep.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot. I wouldn't run an arc just for that though.
No.
Right, no.
Mm-mm.
You know, that's kind of the thing. So, and I assume because it's battle start, it's probably like a 40-second buff. So like,
Yep.
go fuck you. Like at the very least, you could say like continuous HP cap plus 5k or something. You know,
Right.
like at least give us a continuous buff. So like this passive, 2 out of 10.
Wait. Isn't it continuous 5k until until a permanent unit is incapacitated?
I mean,
Yeah, it's
usually
permanent.
not.
Yeah.
It says right there, permanent unit.
Yeah, it's not 40
Permanent
seconds.
until unit is incapacitated.
It's a guaranteed
okay.
5k cap
Okay.
as long as unit's alive. So Gorm could benefit from that if you're running him.
Gorm could,
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
he's
so he
tanky.
could.
Right.
Yeah, he could. But also, if you're gonna do that, like Gorm has better options.
Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to
You're right.
sugarcoat
No,
shit, but anyway.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so it's more so like the grand vacation thing. So like it's not auto, but it's like the closer thing. If you don't die,
Right.
you get to keep it. So
Yeah.
it's cute. Okay, 3 out of 10. You convinced me.
3 out of 10.
Great, awesome. Okay, pose of honor, allure, hydro shell. Nobody cares. Those are in the game already. Moving on.
Bird shield.
Bird
Bird shield, that's neat. It's new. I mean, it's neat.
Cute. I don't care. Oil coating, battle start. Okay, so this in game, did they change this? Because I could have sworn that like the reveal or a data mine or something said something like it's a minus 10% buff that turns into a minus 5% buff like after taking an ice attack
No,
or something.
I
No?
saw it as how it is now.
Is what it always was. Okay. This is
I don't know if you saw it differently, DK.
probably not. I'm probably just insane.
No.
This just looks okay at best, right? Like
What? Which
this
one?
should have costed like 2 or 3.
For oil coating?
Yeah.
I think it's silly.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. So spear high boost is 9 and it gives minus 15. Spear boost is 5 and it gives 4.
And it's only 40
This is-
seconds, right? And this one's a battle start.
No, spear boost. No, as long as you have the spear equipped.
Oh, no, I'm talking about oil coating. Are we talking about oil coating?
Okay, yeah, we're talking about oil coating.
Okay.
So, okay, to me, spear boosts are exceptional. Dragon Tempest Blessing is exceptional. So
Yep.
like I want to look at like the main ones, like the things that are like general pool and like unconditional. So like durability and like Cloak of Majesty, which is like minus 10% for 9. Like to me, that's physical damage reduction standard.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Which comparing this to that, it's overcosted and conditional because you can lose it. I think it's rare you lose it because like how
Right.
often are you taking ice damage? But like
Right.
you know, it's kind of whatever. It does get bonus points because it's general damage taken. It's not physical specifically, but like 5% isn't going to change the game. Like
No.
we want at least like 10, 15% or something.
I would use
so
a
like,
5 SC somewhere else. I really probably would, honestly.
yeah. If it was like 2 or 3 SC, I could see myself
Yeah,
maybe
definitely.
running this on occasion, but like 5, it's overpriced, which is really sad. But
Yeah.
I at least like seeing unique, like summer specific.
It's just like
skills.
last year we got Oregon Ring, which is really good in my book, and this year it was
Dude,
just
Oregon
like
Ring is so shit.
it's just like
It's so bad.
it's better
Dude,
than what we got this year, man.
Dude, it
It's
is
better than we
equally
got
as
this year.
effective as oil coating. I'll be quite honest with you.
I
It's
heard
so
that
good.
Oregon Ring helps Lenny.
Dude,
No?
I
Have you
tried.
tried it?
I tried. I
So
don't know.
nothing.
It
So
just
nothing
feels
helps
so
that
bad.
dude. Okay, it's clear.
Okay, so dude, everything helps Lenny. Lenny's a fucking beast. You're tripping, bro. There's a couple of fights where he has trouble, but like, dude, serious EBCAC error with your issues with Lenny.
That's not just mine. It's a lot of people, bro. It's a lot of people.
I don't know.
Lenny sucks.
You
Continue.
just,
Move
you
on.
just gotta build better, bro. That's all it is. You just gotta build better. That's what I'm saying.
I had so much like, oh boy, I had so much for him. I did, and then he
Yeah.
just let me down on multiple occasions.
Yeah. But
Some
like,
occasions, yeah,
okay.
he did great. Like the video I made, that was a lot of fun. I was like, oh, Second Pablo. Let's put fire crit. Let's do everything fire boost, fire high boost. Bro, the point.
Fuck you. You're eliminated from this
the
conversation.
Point was to put absolute every piece of fire booster on him, and he still was 10k under on Pablo.
Did you see my recent showcase of him fighting Pablo?
Dude, showcase.
Dude, he's so good. He's so good. Dude, I got like a sub 120 clear time solo. Like, fuck you.
It's cute.
You gotta build better.
That's cute.
He is hard though. Like, you're right. We're getting off on a tangent, but like like when things resist magic heavily, like Lenny struggles for sure. He really wants geysers.
I got
but
Maja
it's like
now.
5% of fights maybe that he has trouble.
Thank you, Adis. I got Maja now.
Yeah.
I
but anyway, on there, Oregon Ring, trash in my experience. For 8SC, I found like on the high side, maybe getting like 10% damage. I'm gonna try it again when I get him like Awaken 6. There's a little bit extra strength. Try running like Fast Brave and Pride, just because like I can have the free SC for it and see if it helps.
Right.
But like 8SC for me getting like an effective like 10% increase, maybe even if it hits like 15, like that's not good enough.
What,
for me?
Oregon?
Like,
isn't it 20?
Yeah, Oregon Ring. No, it's 20% of strength goes to int. So like I did damage comparisons of like a full build and then adding Oregon Ring to like my build in addition to my other things, and my damage had like a very, very mild increase.
Oh, you're saying about a 10% increase.
Yeah, it's basically the equivalent of adding basic staff boost, but it cost 8 SC.
I just generally think that Lennius is bugged in some way. I think he's really good, but there's something wrong with him internally.
You might be right. I don't know.
Listen, I think we need to move on to the final skill.
For sure. Leave it to Jawline to be able to keep things.
Man, fuck Jawline.
Final skill, Fishbuster. Fishbuster. I don't know why this exists. I don't know why they put it on here other than flavor.
I love Fishbuster.
Dude. Okay, so here's the thing.
I love
these
specials.
These buster skills would have higher value if they put magic damage in this bundle.
Yeah.
Why would you put fucking counter damage on here, not magic? Like, I don't have Fish Geyser. I'll pay an extra 2 to get Fish Geyser if I need it.
They're trying to make our one counter unit good again.
Like, dude, this is just not good. It's just
Violet needs it.
Why are you using special damage against fishes? Stop it. Okay, like it's fine, cool. It's a new tool. Nobody cares.
The arc's bad.
Ether reward. If you need to add HP to people, you can give them this.
Cool.
Continuous vitality is a flat 100k, which is like fine, and then it has 100 on the stats. That's good.
You mean 1,000?
Boy, you said 100k.
You're 1,000.
Sorry.
What?
Words are hurt. All right, hold on. I need another drink. Oh, that's my room. It's empty.
It's empty.
All right, hold on.
Jesus Christ.
That boy said 100k. I was like, oh boy, my whole wallet's going to this arc now.
Numbers and stuff.
100k, imagine.
That'd be great. I am the boss now.
Right.
Anyway, 1k, cool, great.
So 2K right there, 5K from that trait, and then the 2K. I believe we looked at it, and it's like 2.8, something like that. So you get a lot of H. If you want HP, this is your arc and fucking combination to use.
Sure.
If you
Otherwise,
want it.
pretty lame. I would rate
Yeah.
this arc among all SSR and LR arcs. This is like in the bottom 5. I fucking hate this arc. I think it's terrible. The art is the only redeeming quality of this arc.
Of
in my
course, of
opinion.
course. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for
And
any pervert out there.
It's frustrating. it's just so frustrating.
Why are toenails green? I can't stand that. What? That
It's
drives me
festive.
nuts. I don't fucking care. It looks gross, dude. She got some fungus and shit there. Like, that's nasty, bro.
What in the
Look
world,
bad, bro?
I mean, I didn't notice it, but now we know DK is a feet guy and he cares a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. He cares about feet.
I care about
Well,
feet, man.
He's big on the feet.
Yeah.
That's fine. You know, everybody's got their thing.
Mhm.
All right, so let's talk about some other things, especially
Yeah.
because we probably won't do podcasts next week, because
Right.
usually we do it on unit releases. We
Yeah.
got some news updates of what's going to come.
This is
But
awesome. I
let's talk about
love
what
the
we-
island.
Can you
yeah,
pull
let's
it
talk
up?
about what we do have. So one, Sun Vessel Island. It's
Okay.
got a little bit of a different layout than we normally see, at least like organizational wise, which
Yeah.
is cool. Daily mission, which is standard. We've got ability gates. Cool. So we get 3 free plays for whatever crystals that we want to run. That's always great.
Only Rainbow
If
Zero.
you have your thief units, go ahead and do that. And then also the single cost limit break towers. Like people wait for this event to come back.
It's so good.
And
Yep.
it feels good every time.
It's
so
so damn good.
insane.
So this is basically like triple the drop rate for half the cost
Yep.
of doing normal limit break fields. It's 30% drop rate for the 9-tier rewards or the 9-star tier. So if you don't know what that is, that's the stuff that you really, really care about. So like feathers that are really hard to come by. You can come and you can farm them here. It's really excellent. This is the place to come do it. Yeah, do it. So if you steal from the boss, you have a 30% chance on that drop, and then just from killing it, you have a 30% chance. So like it's pretty common to get like 1 every other run. A lot of time, like you can randomly you'll get 2 in a run, which is just like unheard of. So in the amount of event orbs you spend doing this compared to doing normal multiplayer, you're gonna make bank. So if you need this shit, which most people do,
Yep.
do it. Like you could ignore the other stuff from the event and just spend event orbs on this, and like it's worth your time by the end of it.
Yeah, you'll
Really,
reach the
really-
mission
Dude.
thing.
It's so good. And even if you don't meet the mission rewards, it's fine because the amount of those materials you'll get is well worth your time in this event. So, yeah, good stuff. So do that. The other thing they have going on is this Monster Manor collection thing. You go, you kill some stuff at various locations. Apparently, I finished this one. Cool. And then you get some stuff, little rewards from each thing that you get. There's 2 parts to it, I believe.
Mhm.
After part 2, which is the one that I'm currently working on, you get a free 10 spin,
Yep.
which is cool. We get a number of single spin tickets from the shop as well. So like there's some chances at getting Shift Leona if you wanted her
5
yourself.
from the shop, 10 spin on the monster, and I think 2 in the rewards.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that sounds right.
And then 1 ticket
I
on the
swear, if I get Leona off of that fucking ticket,
map. That's gonna
Then
hurt.
you will be happy about that +2. Enjoy.
Plus 4 because you get a
I'm gonna
free
be
dupe.
real fucking livid.
You're gonna get 3 of them.
Oh my! Shut up.
Dude, I hope you do just to punish you for your
And fuck
idiocy.
you.
Deserved it. You could have waited.
You really
Could've
I
could
could
have.
have.
You
I
could've.
could have. But I like my paid, claw, and then also my color changing waifu with her paid accessory.
True. True.
can
With your
respect
suboptimal accessory, but that at least changes your sprite.
That's all that matters.
Yep, exactly. Okay, and then the Sun Vessel Castle, you can come in here each day. The shop swaps out to other stuff, so just come pay a minimal amount for some resources, because that changes every day. And then also, in case people didn't know, on this map, every day there's usually something added to it. I don't know if it goes away each day. I usually just get it when it comes up, but usually there's like a message in a bottle. I think yesterday there was one here that you could click on or down here. Today, I believe it's down here somewhere. You click it and then there's some hidden stuff there. So just pay attention, come in at least once a day and just kind of look around and see if there's some clickables on the map because they add stuff throughout the event. So just be aware that's a thing. Each of the monsters in the monster manor correlates to one of these locations. It says in parentheses on the monster where you go to find it, so it's nice and easy to find. Yeah,
Make
pretty
sure you
good.
do your daily castle shit too, because that changes daily as well. The Sun Vessel Castle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the shop.
Oh, yeah, make sure you get that out.
Yeah,
right
the shop.
there.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then there's also these extra soul spots too. So if you're
Yeah.
struggling for souls, like most new people are, come in, do it, upgrade them. They're really cheap to upgrade, so just do that.
I think once I think this is pretty much what we have to say about the Sun Vessel.
Yeah.
Right? There's okay. No, I was just gonna say because there's gonna be people and I've seen a lot of people ask, "Hey, who should I get with my ticket? Who should I get with my ticket?"
Good
I don't know
combo. Yes.
I don't know if you want to go ahead and share your knowledge on that, Zero.
Sure.
Your opinions, if you will.
Zero.
Option number 1. Spearman Theria. If you don't have Theria, you get Theria. It's non-negotiable. I don't care.
Plain
what your
and
account looks
simple.
like.
Plain and simple.
I don't care if you're missing a mage. I don't care about fucking anything you have to say. Like, oh, I have Sarah and Tank, and what? I don't care. Get Theria. Just not if you care about like the best like way to bolster your account power, you get Theria. Don't fuck with me. If you don't care about meta or like having the best things, fine, do what you want. But like, fucking get Theria. She's great. She offers so much good like account like power. She offers things that you literally can't get elsewhere.
Right.
So like get Theria, please. So that's part of the thing.
And
don't fuck with them, guys.
And if you already have the area,
so if you have Theria, I'd say usually for most people, the next best thing is probably going to be Maja.
yep. Okay, great.
Mages aren't super common. A lot of people started during like Shift Roland, Balin, things like that. So like you're gonna end up not having you're probably not gonna have a good magic user, and Maj is one of the best, obviously. So like Maj is a really, really good pick. So I would say vast majority of people that already have Theria, they're probably gonna go for Maja. Unless you have somebody like Lennius, I still think Maja has value, even if you have Lenny, just because there's places where Lenny is gonna struggle and Maja is going to thrive. But yeah, if you happen to have Lenny and like some other mages and maybe you don't want Maja, but you have Theria, I would say the next pick is between 2 other units. One of them being Ardeen. Ardeen is just a great neutral DPS. He's also super fun. He's just a really enjoyable unit to use. He's really versatile. So he's really great. It'd be between him as well as Sarah. I think Sarah comes in also at that number 3 tier, wherever she's at. She's who I ended up picking. She's a really great healer, which usually we don't need, but she's also really good on offense as well, and she just kind of supports all sorts of offense. She helps magic where Ting Keeley doesn't. Normally, Ting Keeley is kind of the offensive support. And Tink for physical damage is better than Sarah, for sure, in my opinion. But Sarah helps with magic damage as well, and then her cap increases affect elemental damage, not just physical, like Tinkeely. So like if you're really looking to push your damage, she can help with special damage and magic damage. Like I got her with my ticket and started running her with Lennius, and oh my god, it feels so good. Like just adding like 5.5k to his caps is pretty gross. And then she can boost his damage too. Nice. Real good. Love it. Other honorable mentions, if you just happen to have all of them. I would say Sheeta is really high value. Who else do we have here? So Sheeta just happens to be a really versatile unit. He might be my favorite unit overall, just because he's just so good at so many things. You need a mage, you need a physical DPS. He might not be the greatest at those things, but he's good enough. And then he just has so many tools in his kit to make him just fill any role that you really need him to. Plus the simple feature of being like a really competent physical DPS unit that has auto heal is really rare and powerful when you need it. So like him and Shift Rimuru are the only units that have good Goddess Kiss procs and auto heal, and it's noticeable. Like auto heal is kind of gross. So just saying, like when you need it, it's really, really good. Oh, Eliza
Eliza?
as
I
well.
would say, yeah, Eliza.
Eliza's probably actually in line with like Ardeen and Sarah, to be honest. Eliza's really, really good to add to an account, especially if like your main is a light DPS or
Yeah.
a fire DPS. But like people coming with like shift roll and her anima dropping 20 fire and light res is really clutch. And she still has like the highest scaling magic damage in the entire game. Like she'll cap against like 50 plus fire res without geysers and just not give a fuck. She's so good. She's brutal. And she's one of the few mages like Lennius that's actually fun to play. So she's a totally solid pick as well. These other units, probably not. Oh, Lug. I would say Lug is probably about on par with Ardeen. I put him below, but I have a personal bias against Lug, so you know they're probably about the same, to be honest. But the thing is, like, physical DPS are just a dime a dozen, right? Like, it's hard to recommend using a free ticket on a physical DPS.
Yeah.
It's just like use something that you can't usually get your hands on, right?
Right.
That's where I'm at. So I think that's basically it. I don't think if you happen to have all those units, like it doesn't really matter who you pick, really. You're kind of getting down to like Raba's cool because she can do fast gig a week. Leona's good just because she can be like a really brutal bruiser, especially if you have Shift Roland's arc to give her favored sword. She can be like a really competent DPS while being really tanky.
Mm-hmm.
But like we're kind of scraping the barrel at this point. So yeah, would you guys contend with any of those takes
Nope.
or pose
Nope.
alternate options?
Like,
Okay.
yeah,
No,
Theria,
so-
and Maja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theria, Maja. In my case, I didn't have Sarah, so I went ahead and picked Sarah because, yeah.
Yeah.
If I didn't have,
yeah.
if I had Maja, I wouldn't have got. I would have went for Sarah as well.
Remember, supports don't always come by. Sarah came by for me. I was like, yep, I'm getting her. No questions asked.
I spent a lot of gems trying to get her. I wanted her like for showcases, if nothing else.
Mhm.
And I couldn't get her when she was around the first time, so I was really glad I could pick her up. It was basically between her and Luke, because obviously Luke, even like a year later, still a really great DPS. But
Yep.
again, the choice was easy between Luke and Sarah. Easy Sarah for me.
Mhm.
So yeah, good stuff. So solid question. Lots of people ask about that, but yeah, the main TLDR: if you don't have Theria, get Theria. There's no other option. And if you choose to not, if you don't have Theria and you choose to not get Theria, don't go to fucking Reddit or Discord and say you're locked out of content because you don't have Theria because you fucked yourself.
Tell him.
Cry me a fucking river.
There's like no excuse now.
Like you had your chance.
Yeah, you really did. Like they've never done this before. This is
Nope, not a free unit ticket
No.
of this caliber. Like all these
Yeah,
options.
we salivated at the thought of, oh, we could just spend 30K and guarantee
Right.
Theria.
right.
Amazing. And they just
right.
gave her away for free. And
Yeah.
some people just aren't taking her. And it's like,
Are you
okay.
serious?
Oh my god,
do
those
you.
people that aren't taking them, you
Yeah.
are fools.
Well, I mean, there's some people that are like, well, I play the game casually. I don't need the best stuff.
I
And
don't
like,
give a
I just want units that are like cool and I think are really fun. It's like, okay, fine. Like you take Husbando over meta or whatever you want and like do that, but don't come back to this group and bitch that you don't have Theria because
I will
you
not
fucked
make
yourself.
her my support again.
You know, like, yeah.
Don't you dare
I don't use
bash me.
Theria that much, to be honest. Like I
don't
don't.
either.
But like when I really need her, I really love that I have her.
Right. No.
You
It's
know,
great.
like there's just certain times where like you need her amount of defense, or you need feint immunity, or you need, you know, flinch resistance because you're spamming magic. Like she just offers things that other people don't have. And if
Mhm.
nothing else, Last Cloudia is a game where like you just make the biggest toolkit you have so that you just have the right tools for the right job, and she offers multiple tools that nobody else does.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, she's so high value. Anyway, all right, I'm done with my drunk rant about Theria. She's great. We have other stuff in shops and stuff. Buy some
That
things. So there's
Pokeball, bro.
yeah,
is
there's tickets, Pokeball. I wish this was better.
pretty.
I'll be honest.
It's not bad.
It looks cool, but like, so this is a Maglion effect or kind of like Tech Blade loop, but it at max it's 10%, which is like really fucked. Like why?
Yeah.
Like give us a 20% or something. Like I get it, it's an accessory, so it should be smaller, but like we have things that give you 10% for free. Like I'm running a sword, I'm running a machine, I'm hitting like weakness. Like, give us something more. Make it 15%. Like, give us a reason
These
to
are
be
more for
ranged.
newer players, though.
I
Ideally,
guess.
ideally, these are yeah. So I
I
mean,
guess. I guess. It's just like it's really annoying when we have like event after collab going and going and going, and like we don't get new gear
mhm.
that's good for endgame and like viable for endgame. And
Yeah.
like this just adds on to the pool of like, well, it's fine, but I'm not gonna run it instead of Mithril Relief,
Right,
you
right.
know?
Hmm.
Or like some other shit. You know? It's just it's not good enough. Whereas like some events we do get stuff like way back last year when we had the Shift Medina event and we got Pirate Flag, it's like, oh, that's a cool effect that you can't get anywhere else. Like it's limited, it's a little niche, but like it's cool and it's good. I will use that sometimes. This could have been one of those, and they were just like, nah, we'll just give you a fine version instead. So, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's neat. Um, sweet. Fire flower. During counter, low chance to give enemy blind. I assume that's like 1 or 2%. Maybe even 3% actually. Just because we've seen that before, basically research chances. If we ever get a good like ranged counter unit, like this could actually be something eventually. So maybe one day. Right now it's not, but like maybe one day. It
Hmm.
would be cool to run things like this and the arc with a chance to paralyze, and then like make a unit that's like really tanky and has counter stuff, and then just like CC's enemies when they get hit. That just seems really fun. A unit like V or something with like
Right.
piercing ranged auto attacks. Um, so like I can see future potential, but right now I see zero use for this.
Fair enough.
So,
But other than
but
that, I got all this great stuff.
yeah, it's cool. And then
Radiance,
yeah,
Aura and Radiance.
quality of life stuff. Yeah, I always take Radiant to the World. We need 1,000,000 of those.
Yeah.
Cool, great. Um, yeah, just lots of good stuff in general that
It's
like
a great
new
shop.
players and old players alike can enjoy. And these medals specifically, I believe, are just for like completing missions, which means if you auto farm a lot, you're gonna have like you're gonna clear the shop, right?
Yeah.
Which is highly
Pretty much.
recommended that you guys do
Yeah.
clear the shop.
Like be auto farming. We've even got like the rare mats from God Forges and stuff. Like come scoop this
Hmm.
stuff up, guys. This is great. This is a nice shop. I'm not mad at it. It's good. Good, good, good.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else really in here.
No, that's
Oh,
what
the
we're
summer event.
yeah, summer event. We're only on part 1 right now, so there's gonna be more stuff
Yeah. Oh,
coming.
I can't even click that. This thing was like a -2% to damage taken. It's not that good, but like grab it anyway if you're a collector. High priority is the prism. Get a prism. Even if you don't have her, get a prism. You might get her in the future. Always get prisms when they're free.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't
So
I've
just
oh
stay.
my gosh.
Yeah, standard
Yeah,
advice.
don't let that go.
All right. Am I missing anything in regards to what currently exists in the game before moving on to what will be coming next week?
No.
No. I mean, when you read Leona, there's not anything, super hard to like decipher or anything. She does what she does. She's the newest ice physical DPS unit, and that's all there is to it. She's got some quirks, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
I suppose one thing people could ask is like, is she the best ice DPS? Since like we don't get ice DPSs very often, they're quite
That's
rare.
true. Hmm.
And this is where I would rank things. She's not the best because of the issues we talked about. She's really susceptible to flinch. Her highest damage skill, the S3, has a bit of a wind up to it, so it's not really ideal either. It's kind of slow. Um, Christmas Lilibet from last year is the best ice unit we have. I don't think that's really up for debate, right?
Nope.
Like I'm not crazy here.
Nope.
Okay, so yeah, XBet
She has way
is
too
the
much
best.
utility, high damage cap. I
Yeah,
mean,
she's so
she's
good.
so
She's such a
good.
great unit. She's beautiful.
Hmm.
Chef kiss. I would say Shift Leon is probably the second. Like she's probably second contender with like Summer Alice being like close behind her. Like I know Alice is technically like Thunder and Ice, but you can run her as exclusively Ice, so like I consider her to be either or if you really need her to be. Um and I think like as an overall package, like I think that she's probably pretty close to Summer Leona, which is kind of like really rough to say She's like a year. She's a year old. She was last year's summer unit.
Yeah.
I think like they're pretty close. Max potential. Summer Leona probably has an edge, but if you don't have things like an SCT battery and a long fight, obviously Alice having it built in, she would probably get an edge. But yeah, so XBet, Summer Leona, Summer Alice, and then we drop down to like Shift Medine.
Shit,
who's like
Medine, yep.
who's like also like
She's still
she
really
can be
good,
respectable.
yeah.
Like she can like solo Martigade if you built her for it. Like she could do respectable stuff, but like our ice units are pretty limited overall. So yeah. Is Leona a must pull? No, but she's really fun and you can't argue with this artwork, so get her anyway. Also, I think it's funny knowing like how her Pockle works or how her beach ball passive works, that they have like Pockle and Shades here and then Daborn just chilling. Like this artwork just having like all three, it just makes me smile.
That's so sick.
It's so
yeah,
great.
I love the Daborn.
Yeah, I love it so much.
They're just
So
chilling there. Yeah.
yeah, it's so good. Okay. All right. On to more exciting stuff. I can't pull up any news or anything like that because, I'm in Steam. But next week, we're going to have some exciting updates. Next week is part 2, right?
Yep.
I'm not crazy?
You're crazy.
Yeah.
But
It is
it's
part 2?
you're
Okay,
accurate.
So next week, we get 2 big things for endgame players. We get Maze back, right? Like proper Maze. And then we also get new Godforge stuff.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's kind of the shit that we wait for. Like time trials, Maze, Godforge is like all end-game players have to live for and wait,
Right.
Live
So,
for.
yeah.
Live, breathe, and
Without
sweat.
this game, we die.
We sweat.
Yeah.
We sweat for that Godforge.
Yeah. Anyway, so new Maze. Does anybody want to talk about that? Like, I can pull them up, but I probably won't have my screen being shared. I'll pull them up so I can talk about
Where's my UR dust, Itis? What the fuck?
Yeah, so that's one thing.
Could we get into that too?
Yeah, like they removed competitive, right? Like that's the first thing.
Yeah,
Which we wanted.
No.
At
Who
least
is we? Who is this we?
Okay, hold on.
That wasn't me.
Hold on. I'm prefacing. Maybe not everybody, but I think there was a decent amount of people that wanted to remove competitive so that it could be something that the community could like embrace and share together.
I have no fucking issue with that. Why would someone complain? Who cares? Like, let the people that want to compete. I don't understand.
No, okay. So here was my take on it. I wanted it to be a combination of where tangible rewards are not competitive, because then it just becomes like Arena where it's a moving goalpost, which is really frustrating. Like you could try to do something and be like, hey, I achieved this thing that like 10% of players achieved, but oh, hey, I don't get rewards because the people above me were so try hard that I have to try literally twice as good in order to be able to get a UR dust. Like, I'd rather have it be something where, hey, the ranked rewards for competitive are like a border and like a special diamond sticker or something, like so that you can just like swag on people or whatever you want. But like UR dust and like all the cool stuff, make it be something like, oh, hey, I completed all the floors and I made it to like a 60K point threshold. Therefore, every single person that makes it past 60K gets that reward. And then like when they add new floors to Maze, okay, well, maybe now that they added this new one, everybody, when you get over 70K with these new 5 floors, there's another UR dust waiting for you. It has nothing to do with other players and anything else like that. It's just you personally need to like achieve this thing and then you get rewarded for it. That's just what I'd like to see. And I saw a lot of other people in the community having a similar sentiment.
How about just making UR does more accessible? Like shit. We're on
Well,
year
yeah, but
3,
this is like a step towards that. Is pretty much it. Like they won't just make UR dust super duper accessible because like it's a commodity for a reason. You know, like people pay money in order to like enhance their UR stuff, their UR arcs as it is. So like they can't just willy nilly throw it at people like super freely. But there's things they could do to like make it easier or like make it more reasonable. Like you could have a really overpriced one in the arena shop that if you just wanted to, you could get an extra one in the arena shop
like,
just by playing
let's say you
coins.
get like, you don't go for top 10 or some shit, but you get a lot of points in there because you love playing it, and then you can just get. I agree with that one. I didn't even think about that.
Or like Tower. Like
Tower.
Tower.
We did
you could
have
say,
one in the shop one time, and they just like stopped doing it, and I have no clue why.
It was a temporary like event thing, but like you could do something like that for like Tower of Trials as well. Like we usually get like what 2,000-ish tower
Yeah.
points. You
Or
could have something.
400 a fucking UR something, bro. Like
Yeah, but
that's
you could have something
crazy.
that's like, hey, there's a UR dust for like 6K tower
Yeah.
medals or something. So like, oh hey, every 3 months we get a UR dust
I'm not
if
gonna
you
no
are
life
like doing your
arena.
stuff all
I'm
the time.
not like
You
just
know?
not doing it.
Yeah. So like there's things they could do to time
Right.
gate things but make them accessible for people that are willing to commit the time. And like
Yeah.
I want to see those type of things and
Right.
Maze could be one of those things. But the
I
problem
agree.
is they're going to make it so that it's it's not competitive, but then the rewards suck too.
Yeah.
Like
You
there's what
can't have
gems?
both. You can't
As far
have
as we
both.
know, like there's gems, there's probably gonna be basic resources too, or something. So like that's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Um, but sorry I don't have a visual aid for people to be able to pull this stuff up. But my understanding of how Maze is going to
You
feel
can
is
if you stream that screen, I can show
Yeah,
them
you can
that
stream that
screen. I can
screen.
stream that screen for you,
yeah,
bud.
go ahead. If you want to pull it, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go
Just
ahead.
let me know when
I
it's
can stop
ready.
sharing. Yeah, I can stop sharing mine.
Okay. No, I
Um,
no. You share the screen that pops up, and I'll share it.
Here, I'll do mine. I'll do
Okay.
mine.
Okay.
yeah, you do it. You do it. You find it. But anyway, my understanding of how it's going to work is I think they said that it's going to be a permanent thing, right? So like Maze isn't going to be monthly; it's just going to be
And
permanent.
they're just gonna add floors to it later
Yeah.
on.
So then I I think that it sounds weird on paper,
Mm-hmm.
but I think in practice it's probably going to feel pretty okay
Right.
because it's like in order to get to like floor 20 or 25, whatever it releases with, I think maybe they said 30.
Mm-hmm.
You'll use your units that you have, you'll get up to 30, and then when they add the next 5 floors, which are bound to be like relatively challenging, you're either going to need to have new units or need to go back to old floors, recomplete them with a different squad to free things up for these new floors
Mm-hmm.
in order to do those. So like it's going to be a constant balance of like going back, making your other runs better to get your other ones good.
Mm-hmm.
And like you can just do that whenever you want. So if events really suck for like 2 weeks or whatever, because like you're done with the collab and there's just nothing else running but like summoning event, and that's
Right,
not worth
DK.
your time or
Gotcha.
something, you know? You can have something to do. Then you can go refine maze runs or whatever, and that could be cool, I guess.
I got my screen share in DK.
Yep. It's up.
Sweet.
It has it in this weird thing, so
That's
you
a
can't really see
weird
it all.
format. That is weird.
Yeah, I don't know, but
That's fine. How it goes. All right, so part 2. So we get that Maze of Tartarus stuff. We also get Godforge. So we're getting the Dragon Boss, which I won't talk more about, but basically new boss from story we get as a Godforge.
yeah.
Right? He's a neutral boss, which could indicate some things. We don't know for sure what we're going to get, but hopefully this is when we get our Zelbius Godforge. Please.
Nope.
I hope.
You said
We've
nope.
only
Why
been
not?
It's never gonna happen. After all this time, you think they're
Yeah.
gonna give it to us?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Uh,
man. Hope wishful
I've been hoping
thinking.
for the last 2 Godforge releases. I thought it was coming, and it just hasn't yet.
Right.
I'm hoping that because it's neutral, maybe we're gonna get a Godforge that's gonna give us a machine, so that like our Dean can have like a really good thing, and other people that like machines. Which of course would be a swift kick in the nuts for me since I decided to pull the trigger and get his gun out of the ore shop.
Oh
But
my god! Why
I
would you
know.
do that?
Oh,
Because
you got it.
I'm just a filthy, stupid casual. So things
Jesus.
happen.
It's okay. At least you didn't pity Leona. It's fine.
This
That
is
is
true. This is
true.
true.
You weren't a
But
complete
yeah,
idiot.
Shut the
yeah.
hell up.
So hey, his gun's gonna serve me well for about 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna get a Godforge something that's gonna be better. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm always excited for new Godforge stuff because that's new stuff to grind and to build stuff. So I'm excited for new toys. That's gonna be excellent.
Mhm.
Wait,
Also,
what?
we talked about already that we have the unit trade ticket. We're also getting a free arc ticket. So up to Ardene's release, which was the Saint Rose Hammercraft arc or whatever. Up to there, any SSR arcs released to that point will be available through the ticket. I know some people that have been playing this game almost since launch and still don't have like March of the Saints. And
Oh
like,
shit! Really?
and it's like, all right, now's your time.
Nappets?
Or like,
Yes.
or people that have been in the game for like a year and haven't had the willpower to like save for like 15K
So,
banners, and they're
Yaj-
missing Sandworm.
Yeah, no, Yaj
it's
is
like-
missing Unchained Beast and Nappets is missing March of Saints.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Dude. So this is huge again for people, especially like if you're just getting into the game. You get a free unit and then you get a free arc for whatever you happen to need. It makes re-rolling easier too because you don't need to sweat like that infinite re-roll. You can get what you need.
Right.
It's really great. For people that have all the arcs anyway, get fucked, I guess. But like you didn't need it anyway. Me, I still need Ardene's arc, so like barely made the cut.
Oh
Nice.
wow.
So that'll be great.
Nice.
That's what I'm gonna pick up. That's all I need that's in the pool.
So we
So
got
that's gonna be
missing
great.
Caldina from Retro and missing Mindscape from Sky. See, this is gonna be great. Get trolled by
Nice.
white.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, as far as updates go, I think this one's pretty great. Like the event didn't do anything game changing, right? Like we've seen monster events before,
Right.
we've seen event challenges and Sun Vessel. Um, like I don't think at this point we really expect much from like collabs and events as far as like fun and innovative gameplay, right? Like it's kind of dull. But
Yeah.
quality of life wise, I would say personally, this is probably one of the best events that we've probably seen in the game. Period. Like a free unit, a free arc. We get Sun Vessel.
Hmm.
We're getting Maze. We're getting new Godforge stuff. We've got really good shops with a lot of materials that we need. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of stuff to be offered here, and really really great fan service art.
Definitely.
So
Can't forget that.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. This is the one time of year that all the degens get to come out and celebrate. You know.
Nice.
uh. Anyway. Um. I mean, I think that's about all I have. If anything
Yeah.
else, I did point out that like Megalodon is probably one of the highest value arcs for new Leona. So like if you happen to re-roll and you also got this arc, it's probably nice. Just because this happens to have Ether reward that's really good for her, Ice Claw with a good effect. But not only that, it also happens to have Ice High Drive, which she's lacking, and Claw High Boost, which she's also lacking. So
Yeah.
like
So
it's got a lot of shit that she really wants.
very
Yeah.
good call out.
So yeah, just throwing that out there. Normally this arc's really, really mid and like kind of bad. But good for her though. Good for her because of those three things. So
Yeah, good call out.
all right. So I got nothing else. Anything else y'all want to talk about?
No, that's pretty much yeah.
Mm.
No, that's a pretty good rundown of everything that's actually happening at the
The
moment.
biggest advice I could tell you throughout this whole thing is be patient. Don't be like me, where
Right.
True.
I
Yeah.
pitied Leona.
There's
So
tickets.
you
Like
got
said,
tickets. They're on rate up.
if you're going to do monster bounties, at least go get that 10 spin. If you're not doing monster tickets, there's still almost 10 single pull tickets, I think. So like
Yeah.
Yeah.
just do
Mhm.
those. Run
And
out
part
the
two might
event.
have tickets too.
Yeah,
Yes.
it totally could.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Like very
know.
worst case, just wait till the end of the event,
Right.
see what's coming next, which
We know.
I don't know what you guys feel like, but it
We
seems
know.
like the speculation
It-
generally
it-
is
It's a collab. It's a collab.
It's going to be a collab,
100%.
more than likely.
It seems very likely we're going to see a collab.
There, we have already not. We're just speculating, but we're thinking Return of Zero, possibly.
That's totally possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
A redux / rerun is probably pretty plausible.
Right. One said,
Just like mana.
is it what? Live Alive, Live Alive, whatever that one.
Hmm?
People are saying that.
Live a live.
Yeah, it's a new Nintendo Switch game that just recently dropped. It's an RPG.
Huh.
People were saying something like that, but I was like, nah, it's probably gonna be R0. I think it's gonna be R0, honestly, or it could be completely something new.
I mean,
honestly.
if it's a rerun, it could be R0.
I didn't
it
get
could
shit
be
for
FMA.
units during that, so it's a win
could
for
totally
me.
be FMA as well.
Right.
I know a collab that like I've seen so many people ask for. Like, there's a lot out there, but I've seen a lot of people talk about Overlord. I haven't seen Overlord, but like people
I
talk
haven't
about
either.
it a
Yeah.
lot, and apparently it collabs a lot.
Really? Okay. Well, that's kind of exciting to think.
Well,
like,
season
like an-
4 did start recently, so I don't
maybe.
know.
I don't know. I haven't seen any of it. I've just heard very good things from everybody that I talked to.
I'm
But,
sure it's
like,
something, whatever it is going to be exciting. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
for sure.
So, like, case in point, be smart, save your gems, wait till the last. Worst case scenario,
Oh.
you got to wait till the last day, and before you decide to get her or not. Should what we get after her not be, the best thing?
Yeah.
So, Just wait.
And also, we usually they do a Valentine's banner beginning of next year. So there is a chance for a 30k pity for Leona versus wasting all 30k on her and not getting her.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
there's options for the summer units, definitely. Just to give you a heads up, like last year, I went pretty, not super hard, but I spent a decent amount trying to go for S. Alice. Didn't get her and ended up getting her in 9k on the Valentine's banner where there was a 30k pity. So
Nice.
yeah, you know, it happens. So
It's great.
oh, actually, do you want to talk about? I think it's a good quality of life how they did this collab banner. The whole first 3, then 1k, 2k, 3k paid, and then
Oh
the
yeah.
5 laps. There are ways to if you were gonna go the pity route and kind of go all the way through with Leona, you can pity her, right, and get up to about 150, coins. And if you did daily singles on both banners, it would put you around another 50 medals, and you can actually grab something from the shop, either most likely Arc, if you're missing like Coastal Ruble or something like that. I just feel like the collab
Wait,
itself.
what do you mean dailies? What do you mean do the dailies?
100 dailies.
Yeah, but the 100 dailies don't give you crits.
No, they give you medals, but the medals they're the same medal
okay,
for
I got
both
you. Okay.
both banners on pity.
Okay, I thought you said creds.
No.
Okay,
I corrected myself.
Cool.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a way to kind of walk out with quite a bit of stuff, really, depending on if you really go hard on these banners and kind of get nothing. So I mean, like let's say I want to get Leona, let's say I do go for the pity, and I'm missing Ruble, I could do dailies and not get Coastal Ruble in the process of that, and end up getting the Arc and Leona and her Arc in the process. So I think it's a great step up banner they did this year. I think last year was pretty rough. I think it was only the first 3 paid, and then it was like 2 laps of, if I'm not mistaken, for Summer Alice. I didn't go that deep into the paid, but if you guys correct me on that, I really don't remember how they did that.
I don't remember either.
But normally it was 2 laps, wasn't it? The first lap 5, and then the second lap is when you got her at the very end.
I think so.
Yeah, but yeah, I think the banner's great. So just a heads up on that.
Okay, well, if there's nothing else to add, I don't know if you want to go ahead and close it out.
Yeah, great. Okay, guys. Well, we appreciate all of you guys stopping by. I know I've been absent. We've been absent. So just to give you a heads up, I got a new job and I moved. So this is my new apartment behind me and slowly setting things up. So I do apologize for the absence, but everything is back to normal. So you will start seeing content from me and the fellow castmates as well, depending on how their schedules go. But yeah, in real life stuff happening. So got it all done. But again, guys, thank you so much. Enjoyed the collab. If you guys have any questions on the Leona build or anything, go ahead and drop in the comments below. Zero or Johnline, I'll gladly be able to answer you guys. Also, their Discords are in the description below. Go ahead and join them, including mine. If you guys want to just hang out, we just play a lot of games, talk, chat all night. It's fun. We do some fun stuff in there. Again, guys, thank you so much. And you guys have a great night. And we'll talk to you in the next one.
See you
Later, guys. Peace. Bye.